Hey, great Friday evening. It is a beautiful evening in the city of Brownsville. Happy Friday. If you are hit that invited, it's good to see you, my man. It's really good to see you. I see that if you're hitting invited on my YouTube feeds all the time, and it's I thank you, man. You're hitting invited on my YouTube feeds all the time, and I see them on my YouTube feeds because I do post my sermon that I preach on Sunday. I post it on my YouTube page, and I do that because I want to share that part of my life, that part that is for me very very important. Uh, my spirituality. Uh, and again, it's mine. I'm not out there a Bible thumper trying to get people like come my way. It's more of a this is my spiritual life. And the Führer Hitler Biden watches my Sunday shows, my church sermon. So yes, he is one of the real fans. Thank you, that Führer Hitler Biden. I do appreciate it, man. Believe it, more than you will ever know. Good evening, good evening. Right on the dot. I click home as soon as I can. Hey, Papa, good to see you. Juliancito, good evening, good evening, good evening. Good evening, and good evening, good evening. I actually got to run to my attorney's house tonight, so I might end a little bit shorter than normal. It is Friday, so we usually have lot less individuals come on Friday. A lot of people come on the show on Friday, and I'm going to say it's because it's family night. People go out, and as soon as the pandemic started to calm down a little bit here in the area, I started to notice the numbers started to really take a big old nosedive. And again, that's okay, guys. A lot of folks, I appreciate the fact that a lot of folks have a family to attend to, and again, more power to folks. Please go out and attend family. Go out there and have some fun. I'll still be here. Good evening, LA. I watch the Sunday shows. Only real fans do. Yes, they are my sermons. This past Sunday, I preached on Mother's Day. I thought it was a good message. A good message. I had some pizza, not from the Ricci's. I had some microwavable pizza, Red Baron, and the thing's kind of delicious. It's just I just can't eat that much, and the spicy tomato is not hitting very well. Hey, Yana, I just saw your message in regards to your sending stuff. Awesome. Hey, good evening, brother. I love the picture, especially the '70s campaign poster. That was Mike Pineapple. Man, oh man, oh man. That Mike Pineapple, let me tell you, he makes the pay 50% of what is fun about coming onto my page is Mike Pineapple and his posts and other folks' posts as well. My cousin, David Castro, helps a lot. And I greatly appreciate it, guys. Really, y'all, y'all make the show and make my day. Good evening, Raquel Hermosa. Good evening, good evening. Peppermint Patty, Hilda. Good evening. Uh, Valentin, my fave. You are my fave, compa. Thank you, Papa. I love you. Let me say, guys, just want to touch on one subject tonight. Uh, Maybe a couple. Um, it has to do with the post that I put up in regards to the nurse situation at our local hospitals. Let me say, folks, my sister's a nurse, and I feel for our nurses. I feel for all our staff out there that works at the hospital units, guys. And one of the nurses out there sent a message said, "Erasmo, please tell people, do not go to the hospital this weekend." One of the things that I think is very interesting, folks. is I think one of the things that these folks here locally are famous for is fudging up the numbers, and they fudge up the numbers to give a false sense of security to folks out there. Guys, one of the things that we talked about during the pandemic, guys, was um, was how inaccurate the numbers were, guys. I took down the thing so y'all could see my tie, but how they fudged up the numbers and how they got the numbers so wrong. And let me tell you, one thing that we learned from BISD and from a lot of the funds that were coming in is because of the fudged up numbers, we probably lost a good amount of money out there. It's a very sad situation. Guys, we never had an accurate count in regards to the individuals that were, coming out positive, the individuals that were succumbing to this pandemic, coronavirus, guys. And I shared that with a lot of folks, especially when the numbers came in regards to the death count, how badly they had gotten the numbers. But one of the things that started to come out towards the end, guys, not just so much to the end, but one of the things that started to come out regularly was how uh, the process in regards to how the numbers were dictating uh, how the number of hospitalizations were going down. And guys, more power to the state, more power to everyone, guys. Hey, Royal. But I sort of felt very uncomfortable, with the numbers. Well, it comes to find out, especially after I read the post from the individual that sent it in today, but also the post of some nurses that are out there expressing their concerns, guys, how badly our nurses were treated here locally. I mean, I am amazed, guys. I am dumbfounded. I mean, it's just so unbelievable, that our nurses had to leave, guys, our area to go travel to other places, guys, and make boohoo's of money because the nurses stayed behind here as they weren't getting paid as much as the nurses that were coming in from other parts of the state, dare say other parts of the country, to come and take care of our folk, guys, folk. It's a very trippy situation. But it goes back to the same thing, guys. We really don't take care of our own. We really don't see for the future of our people here locally in the city of Brownsville, guys. Look, one of the things that I ran on and I truly believe, guys, is our students leaving our area and not wanting to come back. You know, I want our students to come back. I want our students to grow a family here, man. I want them to be able to support their households. I want them to have good paying, decent paying jobs, guys. Fortunately for us, not everyone has that opportunity. So when our students go out and experience school away from here, guys, and immediately get picked up because of a lot of the characteristic traits that make them even more desirable for a major company up north, guys. One thing is being bilingual and also our culture, guys. They get hired up lickety split quick, guys. I have nieces that right even before graduating were hired on to these major companies out there because they want to protect their workers, guys. We have nothing for our kids to come back down to. So it's very saddening to receive posts from our nurses, guys, who have been treated oh so badly by our local hospitals, guys. I mean, goodness gracious, man. You know, you expect to work so hard, guys, and accumulate a lot of things like PTO hours, vacations, retirement money, guys. And then in a whim, everything gets taken away from you. and they just don't care. But you know, when I saw the post, I was like, I was literally tripping, guys. It broke my heart to see that nurse, guys, go out there and say, I had to leave. I had to leave. And a lot of these nurses were going out and getting paid 120, $130 an hour, guys. Can you imagine that? Guys, I would freak out at earning $100, hundred and some dollars a day. A day. Can you imagine earning 120, $130 an hour? And this is what a lot of our nursing staff was getting offered to go work COVID up north, guys. Plus, I'm sure bonuses and other expenses were paid for them, guys. So it's really very hard for them to want to stay down here. And then in turn, we had to hire nurses from other parts of the country, other parts of the state, to come down to Brownsville because of the nurse shortage. My heart goes out to all our nurses out there, man. And you know, I was thinking today in regards to Erasmo being so negative. You know, man, man, for them, for the people that are at Dodici's right now, guys, eating that $18 pizza, guys, that little click, they don't have to worry about working, guys. They don't have to worry about PTO and stuff. They got these cushy jobs with the city. They got these cushy jobs at the district, cushy jobs at the college. Unfortunately for us, they make up some 8 or 9% of the city of Brownsville. 8 or 9% of the city of Brownsville. But guess what? That 8 and 9% definitely go out and vote. And ultimately decide who's going to be leading the rest of you all sheep. This is so sad. It's a sad situation. Because these 8 and 9% of the Dodici people, guys, they see for themselves. They can't see past the tip of their nose. This is all they see. They don't see that my people are suffering here in the city of Brownsville, guys. And unfortunately, they just don't care. Let's go back to the hospitals, guys. Think of it. Our nurses mistreated, guys. These folks are our frontline staff. I mean, our frontline fighters, our warriors, guys, against COVID-19. And they were being disrespected by the elite. The same individuals that continuously pour money in corrupt politicians' pocket, guys. It's just so damn very unfortunate. Do you want to call those nurses negative? It's on my news feed, guys. Are those nurses negative because they're expressing their concerns? Guys, they're out there expressing how they've been mistreated, how they've been hurt. Are they being negative? Or is it just Erasmo? For those of you that are not on my page, this is what the post stated. This is Rachel. I'm a nurse that left to travel. Before I left, while working at my staff job, I contracted COVID-19 in March. I was told to go home for 2 weeks and to use my PTO. No COVID pay, no government aid. We were excluded. I was very sick and scared, and I did as I was told. Went back to work and contracted COVID again in July. We were stacked to the gills with sick COVID patients, not enough PPE. This is one of our nurses at our local hospital, Valley Regional, if I'm not mistaken. Valley Regional has a history, guys, of mistreating our staff. I was told to use my PTO. I had no PTO left, so I got a $0 paycheck. When I came back to work, I begged, humiliating, to be paid that 3 weeks. Was given the runaround for months, finally paid for 32 hours, guys. Not 3 weeks, 32 hours at a reduced rate. And was told it was a one-time deal. For your information, there were hundreds of staff out at the same time with COVID. My guests getting the exact same runaround by the hospital, Valley Regional. My work friends collected money for me and surprised me with it. I bawled like a baby. Then I was told by the hospital, I think it's Valley Regional, that because I was out for 3 weeks and didn't draw a paycheck, that I would be responsible to pay back money to cover my health insurance. Is this crazy, folks? Heartbroken. I was so heartbroken. So when the opportunity to travel came up, I jumped on it. I put in my 2 weeks notice. The hospital then immediately took the little PTO I had since acquired away. He just took it away. I fulfilled my 2 weeks and left to travel, and I haven't looked back. I get paid way more, and I don't have to deal with the hospital BS. Before COVID, there was a terrible shortage of nurses. It got way worse after COVID started. Imagine this being an ER patient, diagnosed, needing to be admitted, and the hospital has nowhere to put you, so you stay stuck in ER for weeks. That's what happens when you don't have nurses. When you do not take care of the nurses you do have and they choose to leave. My hospital system totally abandoned me in my time of need. I will never forget the injustices I endured and watched my colleagues enduring the same treatment. Now I travel full time. I don't care to go back. As a result of all this turmoil with hospitals all over the USA, I hope the rest of my fellow nurses finally get the pay and the treatment they deserve. We shouldn't have to travel away from our homes and family. We want to care for our community. Too bad for the hospitals that do not want to rehire the ones who chose to be loyal to themselves instead of a hospital system who would care less about them. That is heartbreaking, guys. Heartbreaking. You know, we see these hospitals put up these signs on their front lawn. Heroes work here, yet they get treated like servants, slaves, subservients. Having signs up in front of a hospital saying heroes work here doesn't do a damn thing for morale. Same thing with schools, guys. Having little pizza parties, having these little events trying to draw students to come into the campus, guys, doesn't do much for the situation at hand, folks. To my teachers and my principals, stop coercing students to come back onto campus. Stop bribing them. Stop trying to fool them. Don't let the higher ups taint your responsibility as principals at these schools, guys. Ultimately, the people that work for you are heroes. Treat them as such. Care for our people. My PUP workers, man. My PUB workers have gone through the ringer. Through the ringer, man. Mistreated, underpaid, but it's the best paying jobs around. So what do you do? They have no choice. There's no competition. They have to stay there. And my people at PUB, they see the corruption. They see the higher ups making the big old bucks, guys. They can't do anything about it. My people at the city, guys, aren't you tired of Mayor Trey Mendez applauding himself every single time he gets one of these wonky awards or wonky recognitions, guys, that don't mean diddly squat for you? Aren't you tired of the city commission, guys, who considers you inferior in every which way? Your opinion doesn't matter. Aren't you tired? And unfortunately, for a lot of my people out there that work for uh, PUB, the hospitals, guys, the district, the college, they can't say anything. So, because no one is saying anything, guys, the only one that mentions it is Erasmo Castro, guys. I'm the only one that mentions the difficult situations that transpire and happen here in the city of Brownsville. And for this, I'm labeled negative. Erasmo's negative. For this, guys, they crack their jokes. Because to them, Erasmo's just being negative. And it's only Erasmo. And I accepted the mantle, guys, of being the one that voices the concerns of my community. So be it. La voz que clama en el desierto. That's my middle name. The voice that cries out in the wilderness. It's just me. And that's okay. That's okay. I put my name behind everything that I post, everything that I say, guys. They hate me. And that's all right. Tengo concha. Me vale. Me resbala. I want my people to understand, guys, it's not negativity to express your opinion, your concern. It isn't. It's your right. Tremendous might not like it. Tim Lopes at the PUB board may get his little calzoncitos all bunched up in a wad. It's their prerogative, guys. We have rights. We can question. So I'll continue to take the little jabs by Tim Lopes and the mayor and everybody else out there. Continue to take the jabs. I'll continue to be hated by the hospital administrators, guys. I'll continue to be hated by TSC administrators. I'll continue to be hated by the Port of Brownsville. I don't care. I don't need anything from them. I don't. I just need your support. I need your words of encouragement. I need you to like that damn YouTube page. I need you guys. Because sometimes, sometimes even I want to throw in the towel, guys. And I had that little dip this week, guys. This week I had that moment where I said, what am I doing? I literally had that dip this week. I said, yeah, that's all. God bless everyone. Focus on your spiritual life, my church, my job, my family, travel, and let the 88% of the people out there, let them eat crap. Buenas noches, Erasmo. Hope your day was good. It was a good day. Good evening, Joe. Good evening. Good evening. Pineapple is a man. Don't know what he does for a living, but he has some talent. He works for me. Ah! Are you feeling okay? Yeah, I'm feeling really, really well. Just full. Alejandra, hola Alejandra from Florida or Louisiana. Sad that our nurses as well as teachers are treated like second-hand citizens. No respect there isn't. Ah, Katie! I hope you had a good time at SpaceX, Katie. Second-class citizens. Good evening, Erasmo, a Maximus. That is me. I feel for the so many nurses that have been working so hard throughout the pandemic and were offered so little raises 10 cents, 50 cents. That's crazy for being exposed to deadly virus. You know, Graciela, I love you, mi amor. God bless you. It is, man. You know, you don't expect this to happen. I mean, these are our heroes. You don't expect our nurses to be treated, but look what happens to our teachers. Look what happens to our engineers who work for the city, the doctors that work for our college. It happens everywhere. So, guys, I don't care how much they want to call me negative. I don't care how badly some of the elite here in Brownsville look down on me, guys. I don't care. I'm still going to come out here every night, guys. Every night. 9 o'clock. Every morning, 9 o'clock, except the weekends. I'm going to start taking off the weekends completely. Este, I'm going to continue to fight. I'm going to continue to speak up for the individuals who fear retaliation, can't speak up for themselves. Guys, I am the voice of thousands here. And I don't say that arrogantly. When I say I am the king of all local social media, that's arrogant. When I say I'm handsome and totally not fat, that's a little bit on the arrogant side. It's true, but a little bit on the arrogant side. But when I say that I am the voice of tens of thousands of people in the city of Brownsville, I say it very, very humbly. And it is a great weight to carry, folks. It really, really is. It really is. Este, and I have to fight for voter and non-voter, guys. And I think that's in part sometimes where I get screwed. But let me say this, guys, because I think a lot of people they have this weird idea in their head that Erasmo, like Frank was trying to do yesterday by posting all the elections I had lost, I had run for and lost. Losing an election, guys, doesn't bring me down. I mean, it doesn't feel great, but it doesn't set me back. It doesn't diminish the love I have for my community and the resolve. Guys, we will push forward together, be it by myself or be it with your help. But together, guys, together we can bring about the change that is so desperately needed in our community, man. Everywhere in our community. I hit myself right there. Can you see that red mark? Right there. Me pegué con la. Boom. Fire, EMS, nurses, teachers, public, QB line workers, city employees for the Port of Brownsville are all underpaid. Arthur's correct, guys. And we all know this. Arthur? Arthur, we all know this. And still, I don't feel that my PUB people came out to vote. I mean, I shared the salaries of the city manager and that Rascuache, Ramiro Gonzalez, that does nothing for the city of Brownsville, guys. Nothing. Nothing. They get paid amazing salaries, guys. And what would you do with 100 plus a year salary? You think those people voted for Erasmo? You think those people went out there and asked people to vote for Erasmo? Of course not, guys. You think Bruzniak, Comrade Bruzniak, and those three other people out there that earn almost $1 million in PUB, do you think they were going out there voting for Erasmo? No. Guys, I don't have their vote. I don't have the people, the Dodici Nietzsche Ramblas people's vote, guys. I don't. I'm not one of them. But it doesn't work, guys, when I don't have their vote and I don't have your vote. I like it when you call me kitty cat. You know? It doesn't work. Because I don't have Bruzniak's. I don't have Trey Mendez's vote. I don't have that Ramiro Pasguato's vote. I don't have TSC's vote, guys. You think I have TSC's votes, guys? I don't. But this past election, what it taught me is I don't not only have their votes, I don't have some of y'all's votes. And that does suck. Because at the end of the day, guys, they've done nothing for you. Nothing. Nothing. I'm out here every day. Twice a day. Sometimes once on Saturday. You see me every day. When's the last time you had a conversation with an elected official? Guys, I believe in government of the people, guys. I do. The power lies in the people, in you and me. And unfortunately for us, guys, the corrupt political machine has made you believe otherwise. And they've embedded in your head, que te valga, que te valga. Let them do what they do. Hello, Erasmo. Sounds like another business that celebrates and puts on a show for a community, then treats the employees with negativity and berates them at the job, leadership taking advantage. But when you come out and speak against it, Nelda, then Erasmo's being negative. And it irks my chain to have these cheap sometimes come onto my page. You're just being negative. You're just being negative. What? I'm being an American. America, America. Hello, I'm late, but here. Hey, Roxanne. That's right. That's where it starts. Not treat employees as people. The government can't regulate this. It starts at home. We, the parents, have failed our children. We have raised them into a land of entitlement. The happiest people I know don't have much. Todd is correct. And look, guys, I made mention of my trip to Mexico City this past week. Guys, I went to a town called Ameca. Man, such a beautiful town, folks, with very minimal resources, guys. And the children, guys, having a blast, joyous, happy, up and about. You take the fall for all of us that can't speak so up due to corruption and retaliation in the city and local companies. Treat people. Stay negative for a good cause is your name and calling. Yeah, and guys, I'm not saying that I'm going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I've considered it, but I don't give up. I don't give up. Most people in our community have to kiss up to most officials, illegal alien children in our schools with fake addresses that were furnished by BSD people who avoid the holes. Businesses, mechanics shops, chocolate shops, and other small businesses getting permits and approvals by health officials. Police catering and doing favors selling themselves for a taco pirata or a salad bowl is rampant. It's all a cluster situation. It's not a good situation. Te queremos dar what you are our Cesar Chavez. Rosa Parks with a bag. Martin Luther King, all wrapped up into a totally not fat and very handsome man. You're right. No, guys, I don't even for a second compare myself to the greatness of a Cesar Chavez, Rosa Parks, or Martin Luther King, guys, at all. I'm just that voice that cries out in the desert. Thank you all for being here. Junior, thank you for coming by and visiting me today, Baba. It was an honor to visit with you. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming to my office. As that, I wish you a lot of success, my man. Love you, Papa. Sir, let them haters hat. Dile number shut up. Dígale number shut up. Love you, Papa. Peace. Compadre, Jimmy. I love you, Jimmy. That's what you are negative because we as a community are never ending grateful and tremendously indebted for being the voice of equality equals negative. Always. Guys, I will continue to be the voice. I promise. For a while. You keep your head up and keep the good energy and positivity. Love you, Papa. Thank you, man. I needed those words. If there was no corruption in our city, you would win every election hands down. They fear you and what you will dig up, so they rather keep you down. Yeah, down, but not out. Guys, we got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of fights to fight. And one of the things that I am most proud of, guys, is how we make them have to restructure their train of thinking, guys, and have to adhere to a lot of the recommendations and suggestions that we actually shouted about on this show together, guys. And I think some of y'all that have been here for a while, some of y'all that have seen it, have lived it, guys, how de repente they start acting and talking as we do. That was my last bite, I promise. But some people have seen this change. Look, guys, Baltasar Salazar is getting fired on Tuesday. It's about damn time. I'll be ecstatic. You're not going to catch me this time. Voter apathy. People need to get educated and vote for change. That is our job, Gloria. We have to continue to go out there. Go, cheese, go. Love you, Papa. Love Harlingen. Saludos de Harlingen. Love me some Harlingen. Si no agradecen, pues que vayan todos a Chihuahua a un baile. That is awesome. Erasmo needs that on a cup or shirt because it is true. True. Love y'all. Left a message for Mr. Lopez on Monday. No reply as of today. It's unfortunate, guys. Each time you run, you're a bit closer. Hopefully, next time you win. We keep on fighting, Sam. and I love you, Sam. Uh, Sam and I are cousins, and I love Sam. Sam and I have been through a lot together, and I appreciate Sam. I was trying to convince Sam to help me co-host some of these shows. So maybe if some people could go out there and help me try and convince Sam, I think Sam would be iconic. He seems not to think so. 9:34. Oh, you know what? Winners never give up. Never, Papa. We keep on fighting, and we stick together, Junior. We never give up. We stick together, and we continue to push forward. But we continue to push forward together, guys. We don't give up. Se me atoró la pizza. And when one of us falls down, Junior, then we need each other to pick each other up. So when I fall, Junior, I need you to pick me up. I need Sam to pick me up. I need Batman to pick me up. Because I swear to you, my friends, I will stand by your side. Campaign, election, no election, guys. I will stand by your side. I will help you stand when you fall. I am here for you. I promise. What do you think of the mask regulation addressed by the president? Can the citizens be asked to show proof of the vaccine to be exempt from a mask wearing? I think we're at the point now, guys, that masks are going to slowly disappear from our community, our society. Guys, I hate wearing masks. I hate it. I don't wear a mask at my office. I don't wear a mask as I'm walking around town. I wear a mask anytime I'm going to enter a building because I want to make sure that other people feel safe and secure. I'm not wearing masks, guys. I was in Mexico City where the requirement is a lot heavier than here. I was not wearing a mask. Don't plan to. I'm late. Good evening, and good evening, my peanuts gang, and everyone else. They are listening, and elections probably around the corner. Saw covered bus stops in southmost area. They are listening, and that is because we continue to be that voice. There's a parable in the Bible, guys, where there's a woman que is asking a king, "Hazme justicia, hazme justicia, hazme justicia," and the king doesn't want to listen. Hazme justicia, hazme justicia. It gets to the point where the king is like, she's always asking me to do her justice. It's not that I fear God or anything, but do her justice, nada más para que se cae la boca. They are listening. They may not like it, but they listen. Justice at workplace is what needs to be addressed. It is not okay that those in authority to disrespect anyone. Customers are going elsewhere for medical care. Edinburgh and K-12 online next year. Guys, my hospital is in Edinburgh. I get treated at DHR. And if I were to have any medical emergency, guys, that would require my hospitalization, you better believe I'm going to DHR. Unless it's an emergency type of situation. But if I can wait, I will never go to a hospital here in Brownsville. Probably won't ever go to a hospital here in Cameron County. Will not. I don't trust them. I've heard too many stories like the one the nurses shared on my page today. Would not come to a hospital here if I had the choice. I would go to DHR in Edinburgh or to a hospital in McAllen, guys. You see right there? Can you see it right there? Can you see it? Se me hizo la bola right there. Can you see it? I feel it. I feel a little bump. Unions bring the best to the bottom. Pretty soon, nobody is motivated to do their best. No. Puro PI! I love PI. What would happen if everyone in Brownsville didn't pay their PUB bill? I doubt they will shut down Brownsville Lights Off. That's how you get them to lower their rates. I, I agree, Daniel. Unfortunately, not everybody wants to take those hits. The rates are crazy. The blatant thievery from the higher ups is maddening. Love you, Papa. Thank you, Junior. I want to have lunch with you, pero la raza de Brownsville se está terminando el gas. There's gas, guys. There's some places that don't have gas. I need Mike Pineapple to help pick me up. I'm sure he can accommodate. United we stand, divided we fall. Amen, brother. Junior, come back to the office. I have a lot of shirts here. Ben, you know where the office is at now, Papa. Thank you for coming by today and visiting. Yeah, Papa, I got a lot of shirts. You come pick one up. Movements always comes from the middle upper class. How can we get your movement to grow in Brownsville? Um, Let me say what Mike has done, Lupito. What Mike has done is worked with his inner circle and has, you know, confronted them in regards to uh, their hate or their dislike of Erasmo. And that's what we need to do, Lupito. Mike took three people to vote this time. Individuals who he convinced that we needed something different in the city of Brownsville. Three people. And you may think, well, it's not a lot, Erasmo. But can you imagine, Lupito? If each one of my friends, my supporters, convinced three people, instead of having 1,300 votes, we'd have 4,000 votes. Just three people. So in this year, Lupito, if each one of my friends out here commits to at least, speaking to three people and making sure that those three people are going to come out and vote, there is no election that we cannot win. I don't go for party. I don't go for politico. I just stand with you. The king of all local social media. Preach. All hail the king. DHR is coming to Brownsville. I don't think it'd be the same, Lita. I think I'd still go to Edinburgh or to McAllen. Not going to go to a hospital in Brownsville. Plus, I think I'd get a lot of pictures taken. What about Harlingen Medical? Nah, I don't like him either. Nothing in Cameron County. To set the naysayers straight, your views are not cowards because they use AKAs. Cowards hide, stay quiet and hide. Your viewers like you are heroes for bringing corruption to light. And that's what equals I am Iron Man. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Some people are never happy, even if it's a small improvement. I think it should be recognized, celebrated. It shouldn't always be gloom and doom. I challenged you the other day. Give me one thing that they have done this mayor and this city commission, since you're out there kissing their butt, give me one thing that they have done in benefit of our community. Do you really think that Rose Gowan cured diabetes in Brownsville? You believe those 10 million came because the commissioners or the mayors did something? You seem to think that SpaceX is all amazing and stuff, yet you neglect to admit that this mayor and this city commission had nothing to do with it. It was all at the state level. It was all in part Cameron County. Tell me one thing. I'm still waiting. Love you, papá. Aquí están, tú vente. Tú más tienes. Monday at the Bat Cave. I'm ready. Tortilla de papas con chorizo, las papitas bien doraditas. DHR is in Edinburgh. That's where my hospital is at. That's where I've actually had some of my procedures done. Edinburgh and Austin. DHR has already been rejected by all doctors in Brownsville. Cantu owns all of McAllen and Harlingen already. Hey, Erica. No, I don't think diabetes has been cured, but why bash the trails and the farmer's market? I don't. I actually visit the farmer's market. I don't bash the trails, Summer. Let me just explain this. I've actually used the trails. I actually stated how I would ride my scooter all the way from Alton Glore down to International. But are the trails a priority for Brownsville? That's my concern. Are the trails a priority for the city of Brownsville? And the answer is no. Not when there is no economic development. And how much money do you think the trails are going to bring the city of Brownsville? Biking. Not against biking, man. I have a bike. How much revenue is the biking going to bring the city of Brownsville? And look, I like the farmer's market. I go to the farmer's market. Those are good things for the city. Yeah, but they're not a priority. They're okay. They're not a priority. And by priority, Summer, it's what is most needed in the city. We need shelters at our bus stops. We need to fix our infrastructure so Boca Chica won't flood anymore. We need to fix our streets so that my suspension doesn't have to get changed every 3 years. We need to bring in business and keep business that produces jobs, good paying jobs for our people here in the city of Brownsville. We need economic development, not promises of curing diabetes, not more hike and bike trails, not bigger farmers market. Those are good things for the city. And Trey, I think, is doing better than Tony, at least. How? How? Summer, he kept every single individual that Tony Martinez brought into the city. How? How is Trey Mendez doing a better job than Tony Martinez? Has he shared with us, the people, what happened to the $135 million at PUB? Did he not benefit from the monies coming in to downtown? He said he didn't. We proved he lied. How much money did he get from BCIC? How much of the grant money that's going to come in is going to benefit him directly? What's the difference then between him and Tony? Tony bought himself that piece of property that's right there, guys, right there, next to the building he sold for over $100 some thousand, guys. $200,000. Do you know how much he paid that building for? How much he paid for that piece of property? He paid $5,000. You know who he bought it from? From himself. Antonio Martinez to Tony Martinez. He sold it to himself. You think Trey has done any better than that? No, Summer. You're blinded by the rhetoric that is spoken against Erasmo Castro. Blind. Otra vez arroz. DH as rejected by Brownsville physicians because they got burned by the previous management. DHR management is a different mindset than those who are in charge of Brownsville doctors' hospitals. 100%. And let me say, guys, DHR in Edinburgh, I have never had an issue with them. I mean, I went there for my COVID Pfizer vaccine. Sure got recognized by a lot of people that work out there. It's a good thing. Trey has been hiding since day one and will continue to hide. He has zero credibility. None. Trey might be doing better than Tony, but Brownsville is way overdue for greatness. We do not want or deserve better. We deserve the best. Just vote for Erasmo. Damn it! Preach. Summer is an actual official hiding behind a fake name. This person is obsessed with Mr. C. It's okay. I'm used to it. Make Brownsville great again. MBGA. I'm actually going to start. That's probably going to be my campaign for next election. Make Brownsville great again. One of the things that a friend shared with me last night at HEB was how I really needed to not only focus on the social media campaign, but also go get down out there and start knocking on some doors and stuff. It's just not me. Guys, we got to work at this together. I do this. You need to help me with the rest. You see that? You see that bump? Right there. See it? Me pegué con the thing from the car. That is my campaign slogan. It might be mine too. Um, why try the same social media strategy if that has yet to work? I'm not going to change who I am. I'm not going to change who I am. And guys, we got to do this together, Summer. It's not just an Erasmo project. Look, Summer, at the end of the day, if you want your electricity rates to continue to go up, you want your tax dollars squandered, then don't do anything. I'm going to do the social media. I'm going to stick to the social media. I need my people to stand at my side and to pick me up when I fall, to fight with me. I need my students, Junior. I need my students to go out there and to continually push the narrative with everyone out there at the high schools that can vote or soon will be able to vote. I can't do that by myself. I can do social media. You can call 3 friends, Summer. Batman can call 3 friends. Mike will call 3 friends. We got to work at it together. That's what I'm going to try to do from here to the next election. Make more of my community responsible to the future that lies in their hands. Yo, Erasmo, we found him. Thank you. My pleasure, man. So proud. Very glad that we could help in some way. Y otra vez arroz. Guys, I love you all. Uh, I think less focus on other candidates, support more on your forum. You have the right support. Just more people need to get out there. 100%. And that's exactly what we're going to do. That's one of the reasons why I've decided I'm staying out of these runoff races. God bless everyone. I haven't heard from any candidate. And at the end of the day, I'm kind of glad that I haven't. Guys, I love you all. I might be on tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock in the morning. Might. Thank y'all so much for being patient with me. Guys, hand sanitizer, face coverings. I do. Guys, hand sanitizer, face coverings, social distance, guys, as much as humanly possible. Guys, have a great night. Do you think the Brownsville needs a healthy Matamoros with traffic control from the valley to prosper? This is actually a good question. Lupito, we depend on Matamoros for a great big old chunk of our economy. I think we need to continuously work with Matamoros. Continue to speak to uh, officials at the federal level, at the state level, and let them know we want our borders back open. We want the individuals with a visa láser que puedan cruzar para que gasten su dinero aquí in Bronzeville. We need to fight to let these folks come back in. Not my monkey, not my circus. This is your monkey. This is your circus. Dance the jig, baby. Guys, I love you all. Have a great, great weekend. Be good to each other. And please continue to be good to me. God bless.